Your best friend is getting married in the coming week. You're the chief bridesmaid. And yes, you're happy about your bestie's big day, but you've got a bigger problem to worry about. And the problem isn't just worrisome, but it's so pressing that it's sipping out all the joy and energy you've got in you ahead of the D-Day. It's filled you with so much fear and anxiety, and you even feel like canceling a wedding you're meant to be heavily involved in as a result. Well, your problem is none other than a social anxiety disorder, and it's not incurable. But do you know what the cure is? It's social confidence. And in this video, I'll be showing you that getting socially confident is truly easy. Ensure you stay around till the end of this video and you would be fully weaponized to defeat your anxiety. I know we've got lions too, the very lives of the party, who wouldn't budge even if they find themselves in front of a crowd at the O2 Arena. That's a huge 20,000-seater arena, but trust me, that's no exaggeration. Some people look like they were born with confidence, and even when you think they're shy, they're probably just blushing. Sadly, others would need some months' notice before attempting anything close to that, and even when they do, they remain shackled in the endless rounds of nausea, sweat, rapid heart rate, and trembling. They even find it so difficult to make frequent eye contact with their listeners and often maintain a very rigid posture. If you're one of those, don't panic. Social anxiety disorder is actually the second most commonly diagnosed anxiety disorder, affecting approximately 15 million American adults. That's quite common. And even the seeming bold people experience social anxiety as well. But the difference is that they've learned to deal with it better. Don't believe me? Well, let's draw evidences from a superstar's theory. Once, former WWE superstar turned Hollywood sensation Dave Bautista, widely known as Batista, candidly shared details about his mental health struggles during his tenure as a WWE superstar. The revelation came during an interview, while the actor also discussed his unconventional method for overcoming anxiety before entering the wrestling ring. Batista, who hasn't stepped into the WWE ring since his loss to Triple H at WrestleMania 35, admitted to experiencing severe anxiety before every match. However, the Guardians of the Galaxy star disclosed a unique tactic he employed to cope with his pre-match nerves. When I started wrestling, I was literally physically sick before I walked out from the curtain. I used to walk out and scream, and all my anxiety was gone. And that's what it is. I get nervous and I get self-conscious, and then I get anxious. But as soon as I go scream, it goes away. It's easy for me to do that. I can relax from there. As soon as I get that out, I can relax from there, he explained. So, you see, it's really about coping. And if you don't know Batista, he's a 6-time world champion during his full-time WWE career from 2002 to 2010. For someone who would fight before thousands every other day of the week, you'd expect him to get so familiar, or maybe you thought he never felt the way you always feel. Now you've heard his story, and most importantly, his unique coping mechanism that allowed him to find a sense of calm before facing the audience and opponents in the squared circle. Batista was lucky enough to find what could help him cope. You're luckier, because you won't have to do that yourself. That's exactly why we're here for you. I'm sure you don't want to miss your own unique coping mechanism, so you become that star your anxiety never wanted you to be. Well, stay right there and let's take you on. Do well to like and subscribe to this channel. That could be your coping mechanism. Lol. The key that conquers every form of social anxiety disorder is social confidence. Once you develop social confidence, you'd feel your anxieties, and instead of feeling nauseated, you'd smile and burst into the ring like Batista used to. But really, how do you become socially confident? I have some good news for you. Social confidence is an art. And if you know anything about arts, it's the fact that they can be learned. Yes, they actually can be learned. But before you start learning, you'd surely need this master tip that's often used by public speakers. In a typical public speaking class, you wouldn't have to cram formulas and theories like in other classes, but you'd have several practicals to work on. It's public speaking, and it's certain you speak publicly. But while you do so, there's always a guiding tip, and it's that you speak to all like you're speaking to one. Don't imagine the crowd. Imagine one person. Don't picture the hundreds of eyeballs. Picture just two. And so when you eventually speak, be keen to pick out different people from the audience to connect your gaze with, each person at a time. And you're ready for your first Toastmasters Championship Award. Yes, you can. Remember Barack Obama's famous speech? Again, yes, you can. But how do you bring this public speaking tip into social confidence? In public speaking, you speak to all as one. That tells you to start small, to take baby steps, to break your mountain of problems into little stones. By staring at one person, you're less conscious of the thousand others. With social confidence, you start with one person too. You're waiting for the day you feel comfortable in front of thousands? That day will never come until you feel comfortable with one person first. So begin with one person. It may not be a public gathering, it could be an amusement park, but walk up to that stranger and start with that. You can only be bold with a crowd after you've conquered the fear that comes with relating with one person. Now, let's begin your social confidence classes right away. It's Social Confidence 101. So, what's the first step? Accept who you are and be happy with yourself. To be socially confident, you have to feel good about yourself. You ever put on a weird outfit before? One you were totally uncomfortable in? You remember how you felt? Now think of that moment you looked so gorgeous and even tried staying out longer, so more people got to assess your outfit. So, while you can't change yourself like you change your clothes, feel best about yourself always. Feel so good about yourself like you're on your best attire, because you're actually your own best attire. Love your face, cherish your color, be impressed with your voice, be happy with your height, and just feel great about everything about you. Acknowledge you can't change anything about you and develop more life for yourself. One other way to also feel better about yourself is to invest in yourself by reading. And then the next is to be intentional and curious about other people. You sure won't overcome social anxiety by only being self-conscious. You relate more with people to get used to them. Ask questions, genuine questions about them. Desire to know more and be very willing to help all the time. And how do you do this? Start with small casual interactions. Hello, how are you today? You looked so worried the other time. So, how long have you been a fan of boxing? And who's your favorite boxer of all time? Trust me, these are casual conversations that could lead anywhere. And they do make you feel very comfortable with people. And remember, you start with one, then you become comfortable with all. Also, be keen on looking more approachable. Wear a smile always and ensure no one is scared of you. Put on a friendly look. Be entertaining and receptive. Welcome people into your space easily. I remember one folk who never liked pets or cared about them. He then lived with a friend who had a pet dog. He initially resented it, as you would expect, but as each day goes by, his wall of defense gets smashed. And in no time, he had his own pet too. What I'm trying to say is the key to your social confidence is your relationship with humans. So bring them closer, draw them nearer. You'll definitely need them here. In addition, you know bad posture causes body pains and aches and some sort of those bone pains too? But do you know that they cause anxiety too? Well, that's it. Your posture says so much about you, not only to others, but to yourself as well. Walk upright, with your head high, stand straight, sit upright, and maintain eye contact. By doing this, you're creating an aura of confidence that'll be felt by even you. Well, birds of a feather flock together. You need confidence. Hang out with confident friends and learn from them. Attend that birthday party with them. Hang around them. Let them introduce you to their other friends. Let them bring you out of your shell. And they might just be the answer you need. And lastly, work on your communication skills. Practice active listening when others are talking. Don't talk while they talk. Be a good listener. And when it's time to speak, speak slowly and clearly. You're often caught up in the urge to speak hastily, but no, take your time. Your words sound more coordinated and perfect when you speak slowly. Remember, it's not a speaking competition. And lastly, if you've tried all these and still feel like something's missing, then see a therapist. That could be the missing piece. But if you're diligent with the other tips, I'm sure you won't have to see a therapist. And if at all, it will be in a social gathering because you're now socially confident. But before then, let us know in the comments section which of the tips you would be putting into practice. I'm sure you enjoyed watching this video, so I'd want you to click the button and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications to keep getting quality content like this. Until next time, peace out.